going to showcase. Depends if you're winning. Depends if you're playing minutes. Depends if you like the other coach. So you have to book a call with me so I can learn more about your situation. What do you think of ODP? ODP is great, especially for girls. It will not help you play Division One, but it will help you play college soccer. You typically have to be playing GA or ECNL to play college soccer at Division One level, but ODP is great to have on your resume. So I would do it. Should I go to MLS Next 2 or ECNL? It depends on the coach and who's going to the showcases. The short answer is probably ECNL. I play ECNL for Crossfire. What should I do right now during high school season? Should I keep emailing coaches? Absolutely. You should send your videos of you playing really well at high school if you haven't already. And you need to book some camps. Also, Landon, what year are you in? Because the year that you're in is pretty important. Should I switch to an MLS Next team or stay ECNL? When my coaches know me at my team right now, I play a lot of minutes. MLS Next is better, but it does not mean you should switch. There's a very good chance you should stay. I don't know what your showcases are like, who your club coach is, so you'd have to pick up. Thoughts on OPSM? OPSM is great for pro. I do not recommend it for college, but it will not hurt you. I'd rather go to traditional college camps. Although they do have college coaches there, it's not one that I recommend. What do you think of NAL? NAL is good. Aim for Division 2, Division 3. ECRL versus GA. Full playing time at RL, unknown for GA. Short answer would be GA, but it is not that simple. It depends about your coach, your showcases, Herbert. So you'd have to book a call with me so I could learn a little bit more. You're 2008. You're a junior, Landon. Then you don't have a choice. You need to be on the team where you're playing the most minutes. Current club is GA, dropping to ECRL to get the entire club to ECNL in the future. How will this impact my 28 daughters' recruitment as RL is considered inferior to GA? It technically is, but it does depend because ECNL RL being the best or GA being the worst depends. There are plenty of events with ECNL RL. So I would say if you love your coach, stick around. But if you're not happy or you're not playing minutes, that's different. I also don't know your girl impact my 2008 daughters. It will impact them to some level. So I'd have to book a call with you so I could figure out a little bit more about your situation. Should I play ECNL lower team that won't make playoffs or MLS2 on a stronger team? You're a sophomore. It depends. If the MLS2 is going to MLS Next Fest, then there's an argument to do that. I have to choose a D2 school, but go to the reserve or JUCO and play right away. What do you think is going to help better to then transfer D1 to develop myself? It depends on the coaches, to be honest. My short answer would be to pick the D2 school. Going to JUCO is a really hard place to get out of. Where would you rank MLS Next second tier on the youth pyramid? It would be below ECNL, so it'd be third tier. MLS Next, ECNL, MLS Next 2. If a coach asks me individual at ID camp for grades and come to one of my league games, what that mean? It means he really likes you, Michael. That's a big deal. That means he likes you. When do high academic D3s make offers? In this spring of your junior year, they will start to make offers. It depends. Some of them will make offers a little sooner, and then by the summer of your junior year, they will make most of their offers. Thanks for the gift, Michael Alejandro. Once you get recruited for college soccer, it's okay to ask the coach for a specific jersey number. I would not do that early on. No, because you have not earned your stripes yet. Is NAI a good division to play if you're a freshman in college? Yes. Okay. Hey. Instagram. Okay. Our NPL team beats our MLS Next team. Stay on NPL and play all the time or try to get MLS Next and play less. Probably play MLS. It doesn't really matter who's better. That's not what this is about. It's about who plays the most. But it does depend more on how old your student is or your child. If they're really young, it's a different deal because development's important. So if you book a call, I can learn a little bit more about you guys. How do I get scouted? I'm in an academy and I'm a goalkeeper. Please make training videos as a goalkeeper. Why? Why do you need to play minutes, Leo? Because you're a junior. Adding on, if I'm about to switch, we usually go around 2 pretty big showcases a season, but I'm new to all the recruiting stuff. How do I start finding these coaches? Lucas, book a call with me. It's complicated. I play in a team all over the world, all over in Trinidad. I'm a U17, just want to get out there, but in D1, but can't. Then you have to send your video and aim for NAIA schools. For Division 3 schools, they said if the coaches expressed interest at one of their ID clinics, they said they had to complete this pre-read admission. What is that? Pre-read is for them to double check you can get into the school. So they're going to look at your transcripts. That's a really good sign. That's fantastic. If they're asking for your pre-read, that means they really like you. What coaches take issues with a Jewish player not willing to play on Shabbat? They will take issues. We had a couple of Orthodox Jews on the team I was on. They won't not recruit you, but they're going to pick players who can play. So, and if you can't play for religious reasons, then they'll pick somebody else. They want to win games at the end of the day. Any tips for me going to NAI as a freshman? I only help with the recruiting process, so I'm glad you're already in college. That's great, FW. If you want to transfer, then make sure you make highlight videos while you're in school. Do D1 coaches value prep soccer like Woodstock Academy? Short answer is yes, but the top academic D3s like it even more. Um, for D3s, okay, did that one. Where you link, I'll improve the. Where do you think I'll improve the most? I'm not sure, Leo. Oh, D2 or JUCO? D2. Is ODP good for a freshman? Yes, ODP is good for a freshman. Absolutely. Hello, Aisha. Okay, thank you. I hear a better school route might be junior college. So you show up to a 4 year. It's very difficult to get out of junior college. I never recommend junior college. You can get injured. The coach may not like you. And once you go into junior college and if you don't do well, trying to get out is basically not possible. So I do not recommend junior college if you can help it. How many kids does MIT sponsor every year, and how many kids actually get in? MIT is actually not allowed to sponsor anybody on paper. They still do. So typically, it's about 2 kids. And when they say sponsor, what that really means is you already have to have the grade to get in, and they're just going to push you through. But you have to have basically a perfect score on your math score to get into MIT. ECNL MLS Next. The MLS Next team that wants me is lower league. The ECNL is a higher league. It depends on the coach, Andre. I would need to know more about your situation, but the coach is really the most important thing. If you like your coach and if you're going to go to showcases, would you walk on? Walking on does not exist anymore. You should never depend on walking on. You say a lot about JUCO. That is a blanket statement. I do. It's true. I have to make blanket statements unless I get to know you, Den. So if you want to call me, then I can make specific statements. Okay. What Saturday? What SAT and GPA for Columbia? You need a 1480 and above and a 4.0. I'm a sophomore. Is there a point to try to reach out to schools? Absolutely. You're already late to the process. We have sophomores who already have offers from Division III schools. So and you have 3 months until the Division I schools can start talking to you. So you should have been sending emails for the last like 6 months. Should I book a call? Andre, if you want, you have to apply. But if you apply in the link in the bio and you pass, then I can book a call with you and your parents. MLS, you're welcome, Jersh. MLS Next 2 or ECNL? It depends on your coach. The short answer is ECNL, but I would need to know more. Hello, J. Lewis Album. Hello, Riso. Do you know Kiski High School? Kiski High School is a good school. Conscos, I answered your question. How to reach out to schools? What do I say? That's when you have to book a call with me because it depends. We customize it for every kid. What would they prefer, ACT or SAT for Ivy League? They don't care. Both are good. If you had to pick, ACT probably, but they're both very good. Cooper, what's up? Okay. Awesome. Good questions. What would you say? How to reach out? I'm a freshman right now. When should I start emailing coaches? Now, assuming you're good. I don't actually know if you're good. If you're not good, then don't do that. But if I'd have to see your video. If I saw your video and I thought you were the level, then it'd be awesome to start messaging schools. I had trials for ECNL and I'm a sophomore. That's great. That's fantastic. What do you think about NAIA? Great for scholarship, great Division II level. It's awesome. Minimum ACT, probably a 30, 31, 32. Should I go to a PJ a post-grad year since I was injured in my grade 12 and I want to play at least D2? Short answer is yes. If you're a senior, then you don't have a choice. But if you're a junior, then it depends. What do you think of NCSA? I hate NCSA. Go look up on YouTube, College Soccer Guy versus NCSA. Is 1590, 790 math enough for MIT? Yeah. On paper, yes, Pobo, that would be enough. Where do you do most of your business? Are you primarily in the Northeast? Actually all over the country. We have 15 coaches that work for me and they're based all over the country. I would say most of our kids are on the East Coast because I work with top academic kids. So most of them are going to the NESCAC schools. Thank you, Zhao Jr. I'm homeschooled and can graduate with an AA if I stick with my plan. Can I still play at a 4-year college and spread my units out so I can make it at least 4 years? Actually, you have to be really careful with homeschool. If you don't take certain classes, you are become ineligible for the NCAA. So one of the things we would do if you were, say, working with us, or you can do it on your own, you need to call the NCAA and confirm you're taking the classes you need to be an NCAA athlete. And if you do that, then the move would be you would start taking college courses or if you graduate early from high school, you're not probably ready soccer-wise. So then what you would do instead is take junior college classes as you're already doing and then wait. But then you could take classes easier in college and even start your master's degree while everyone else is still doing their undergrad. So it's great for your academics. But you can still play with the 4-year school. Yes, is the short answer. What can I do to get college coaches to email back? Actually come to my game showcase. I would need to see your video, Landon, and how you're writing your emails because it depends how you're emailing. If you're good enough via video and email, they will respond and they do want to see you. But if you're not, or if you're emailing schools that aren't realistic, then you will not get responses. How to get into D1 college? Alex, it depends. I need a video. I need email, camps. There's a lot of factors. What's the requirements to get into an ECNL team if I'm trying out for one in the end of May? You just have to be really good, but you should send your video before you go. Do not go cold. Are ID camps the best way for schools to see you? Short answer is yes. Is it too late if I don't have a high video and going to junior? Not too late, but it's pretty much too late for Division Ones. But it's not too late yet. Especially depends how good you are, but it's not too late. But just make sure you make a video as soon as you freaking can. How many kids? Okay, for students that have gotten offer from the coach, what type of extracurricular they have? Just soccer, actually. If you're really good at soccer, you don't need other extracurriculars. Great start to start getting ready for college. Thank you, Anna Morris. That is definitely correct, and that's exactly what we want. So yes, exactly. Okay. Next question. Is it too late if I don't have a highlight video? Okay. Which ID camps are the best for transfer students? For transfer students, you need to follow soccer. What's it called? Transfer Pod on Instagram. They only have ID camps for transfers. You should go to any ID camp that's genuine. So you can go to any ID camps that the high school kids go to. Just have to get permission from the coaches. Can I start emailing D3 schools as a freshman without film? No, you have to have film. What boys recruiting timeline compared to girls? So boys are done committing usually by December of their junior year. So excuse me, senior year. Girls are done typically August of their junior year. So or April of their junior year for Division One. The USL in America is the same standard as what in England? I don't know, actually, because I've never played in England. If I receive an offer that is above my budget, what should I tell my coach to increase my scholarship? Be honest and let him know it's not in your budget and ask what else you could do. Or you need to get offers from other schools and leverage those against him. When I email coaches info, should I include the USID Center invites? You should definitely include the fact that you've been invited to those, and you should put that in your subject line. That's a big deal. How long does freshman film need to be? 1 minute. About 30 clips. Are the elite camps or exact soccer camps good to go to? I don't like exact. Elite camps, I don't know what that means. There's a lot of those. So, Aisha, I would need to know how good you are. Also, if you're playing MLS Next, how old you are, because that's how we recommend which camps to go to. Is MLS Next 2 better than ECNL? No, not yet. Let's see here. Is MLS Next 2 a money grab? Anything's a money grab when you don't make the most of it. The short answer is if you make the most of it, then it's useful. Anything you pay for can be helpful as long as you make the most of it. Is NAL good? NAL is very good. Aim for Division 2, Division 3. Is it too late for me to play college? I have 4.2 GPA, CBER, and MLS Next with film. You'd have to take a gap year. Yeah, it's too late. It's not too late for some Division 2s and some Division 3s, but Division 1, too late. My son is a junior on MLS Next team, great at academics, has videos and sending out videos, the MLS Next Fest, not many responses. What to do? He's frustrated. I don't know, A. Martinez. If he's as good as it sounds like, then you're probably doing something wrong. The videos are not good. The emails are not good. Who you're emailing is not realistic. So book a call with me, and I can take a look at everything to figure out if we can help. Joined Aaron second, etc. Do I just pick a random game and do every touch failure, or should I pick a specific? Pick the game you played well in. Do not pick a random game. Don't pick a game you played bad. Is playing semi-pro UPSL good or a waste of time? It is great for getting better at soccer. It will not help you get recruited unless you're playing against the MLS teams. How should we mention accomplishments in emails? Current MLS Next Barca U17 first place, 2024. Just mention them after. So my name is something genuine, a question. Then you do you do dear coach, something genuine, ask a question. Then you say my name is, and then you list 2 or 3 accolades as you just did, and then you press send. That's it. Hi, it's Cristiano. What's up, Cristiano? Aline, Fletcher. Hello, Fletcher. What's the youngest age for MLS Next and how expensive is it? 13 to 14, depending on the club, and many clubs are free, and some clubs cost between 15 to 2,500 a year. What's worth it more? Gap year in Spain with a tour or one more MLS Next? MLS Next by far. Do not go to Spain. It's a terrible thing. Then I can book a call with you and go over it. Lucas, you can apply to book a call. I don't book with everybody, but you can apply in the link in the bio. Any tips to stand out as a fullback? Make sure you do lots of crosses. Would it be better for my daughter to resume playing semi-pro or ECNL? ECNL would be great. Semi-pro could be good. Depends. If you're talking UPSL, that's not great. ECNL would be very good. Is playing okay. $4,000 for most places in the Northeast. There you go, Mr. Nico. Okay, what is your thoughts on Division 1 development team? Are you talking about in college? WPSL. That's the same as UPSL, just for women. That level's not that great. ECNL would be the place to go. Should I join an ECNL RL team or MLS Next 2 team? Um, MLS Next 2, but it depends on the club. If the club is good, then it would make the difference. It'd make a difference. I played DPL for an '07 team as an '08, but recently got injured. I should be back in about a month or two. By then, I'd be trying out for a new team. Should I mention I'm coming back from injury? Um, I would say don't mention it yet. If you end up feeling really good, then don't mention it. If you think, look, you're not feeling great, then I would mention it because then they can know that you're coming back from an injury. Um, for your students, let's see here. For your students that have gotten off from the coach, okay, what grade I did that one. What about students from MIT, Caltech? Did they do research or extracurricular? If you the students that we had did not do extracurricular, they just played soccer really well and had the grades to get in, but they were being recruited since they were a freshman or an eighth grader in high school. It's good if you do extracurriculars though. So if you have the opportunity to do them, it would be really helpful. Um, Yes, in college. It's a good place. It's better than nothing, Logan. You recommend going dearly. Sorry, you recommend going to what? What are the chances to go MLS if I'm playing USL 2 in the summer? Very unlikely, but it's possible, but it's not likely. You have to, yeah, playing USL 2, you're not going to go straight to MLS from there. You have to go to college. What are your thoughts on EA2? Is this a bad league? Aim for Division 3. It's not bad, but you're not going to play Division 1. If I've already applied to the school, my first choice, can I still leverage to increase my scholarship? Um, Only if they've offered you money. You recommend starting official Bernard A. Damo. You're a senior. Book a call. It's complicated for you since you're so late. You recommend starting IDs in eighth grade, but does the smaller size compared to older players matter? Absolutely. Not everybody should start in eighth grade, only the good ones. If you're not good yet, then I would not recommend going. If you're a high level player in eighth grade, then you should go. I'm small, and the other thing coaches want to see is progression. So if you're the smallest one there and the coaches go, okay, you're young, you didn't stand out to me today, but I saw you, that's stamp number one. Then they see you in 6 months. Whoa, why are you so much better? Incredible. Now I know who you are. Stamp number two. You need about 10 to 12 stamps before you're going to get recruited. So every stamp counts. My daughter plays GAs in seventh graders, two elite ID camps. I would need to see video, user 106, da da da. If I think she's an elite level player, I would tell you to go. If I don't think she is, then maybe you would wait. What do you think of ODP? ODP is great. It will definitely help you in the process. It's not going to get you recruited, but it's good to put on your resume. Should I join an Eastern or RL team or MLS Next 2 team? It depends on the club. Um, what's the best for a player from England? Book a call, click on internationals. It's very complicated. Because I feel like it doesn't look good on me as a player. No coach wants a player who's easy injured. So don't tell them about your injury. You don't have to. I would only tell them if you're not feeling your best. Just sign D3. Is that any good? It's so good. Who just signed D3 with? That's legend. And did my videos help you? We'll post you on our Instagram. It's amazing. I'm conflicted on whether to stay in East or go to MLS2. There are two MLS2 squads in my state, and it seems like the competition will be higher there. Alex, I would need to know your GPA, your grad level, what schools you want to play at. The short answer is it depends which coach is going to help you the most in the recruiting process. Sorry, I meant to add a higher step club, U18s, lower step team, U23. Sorry, Nathaniel, I'm not sure what you mean. If I had the opportunity to go to Europe for a few years, should I go? And then no. Going to Europe will not help you go to play Division 1. If you don't have a European passport, going to Europe is a waste of time. I'm a sophomore. Do you recommend going to more ID camps, even if there's no interest from school yet? Short answer is yes, Aisha. I like your profile picture, so I think you're good, but I don't know any video. You should book a call with me because you're late if you're a sophomore. Most girls are done recruiting going into their junior year. So at Division 1. So you need to go quickly. How good do you have to be to get to CMU D3? Very good. MLS Next ECNL. How do I book a call? Link in the bio. If I take gap year, will it take a year of eligibility? No. Is it too late to sign for the fall of 25 season? Yes. For any Division 1s, yes. Division 2, Division 3, maybe. Will NAL be a good league next year because of MLS2? Short answer is no. It will still be good, though, for recruiting if you go to showcases. Spalding University. Yes, we watch your videos, approve a lot. Oh, I'm so happy, Adnan. Adnan, I'm going to add you right now. I have a list of where kids go, and I'm adding you to my list. And if you want, Adnan, if you DM me on Instagram, I'll have you fill out a little form, and we'll make a photo for you, and we'll post it on our Instagram if you want. You don't have to, but I'm adding you right now. Adnan, I'm typing in your name. Adnan, and you got committed to Spalding. Congratulations. Did you get any scholarship? Spalding University with academics. And Division 3. Congratulations. That is so freaking cool. I'm very proud of you. Just make a note of TikTok screenshot. Okay, I'm about to get on a call right now with a student. And you guys can listen in if you want to, and it will give you an idea of what a call is like when you work with me. All right, let's talk to them. They are freshmen.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Sorry, guys. I'm just waiting for them to jump on the call. Fixing my camera. Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent. I can't see you, but I can hear you. Is that okay with you guys?
That's fine. How come you can't see us?
I don't know. Looks like the camera's
There we
not
go.
on.
Video's off. There we go. Hi.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for your time. I'm looking forward to speaking to you all. Just
Yeah.
before we get started, could I ask who found me first?
Me.
Mom. So let me ask
TikTok.
legend. Let me ask your daughter, what did your mom tell you about me?
Well, she always likes watching your videos, and she's like, "Oh, you should watch this because it's like, good tips and tricks for ID camps and like showcases for UCM." So.
Awesome. So, given all of that, I suppose my follow-up question to you would be, I kind of want to go over the agenda for today's call and go over some of the stuff you submitted to me. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So there was a video I sent you guys that kind of talks about what we do with girls your age. Did you guys see that already?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for watching that. Basically, the goal today is to see if I can truly help you play college soccer. So to do that, I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and you'll ask me some questions. And then I'm going to see if I can scare you away and make you quit. Because then if I make you quit, we don't have to worry about anything, and mom's life is even easier. And then the final answer is, if we are going to work together, what does that look like on a day-to-day? Sound like a plan? Okay, so I have a couple questions for you first. Do you go by Ava or Ava? Ava, right now, how many phone calls have you had with Division III schools?
No.
Okay. Have any Division III schools mentioned coming on a visit? Not camps necessarily, but where they're like, hey, we'd like you to like come watch our game and spend some time with the girls.
No, not yet.
Okay. Now, if I said, what is it that you think you need the most help with, say from a recruiting perspective, what would you say that is?
We would just say more like videos and then like email formats, just to get like the best emails.
Okay. Emails and video. Now, if I said to your mom, what do you think she needs the most help with? What would you say?
I would say the same: videos, emails. We just had the Phoenix showcase this past weekend.
Yep.
And we had 71 colleges at their Friday game.
For sure. Okay.
So her team has extreme exposure. We just want to make, and all the girls on her team are extremely talented. And we just want to make sure that that the two videos and the videos are and we honestly haven't reached out to any D3s.
Okay.
Just hasn't been on the radar. We thought one was a D3, I think a month or two ago from, I think, Battle of Southwest. We're like, oh, NCAA regulations, blah, blah, blah. We can't reach out to you. I was like, oh.
Yeah, good. Okay, good for me to know. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that in a minute. Now, if I said to your daughter, you know what, you're too early. You don't need to start. You're only a freshman. Why do you think it's important to start now?
Is this a question for me?
This is for Ava first.
Just to get the exposure out, because obviously we already do have exposure. So, and like last year, even in 8th grade, I went to a couple ID camps just in Arizona, just to see what it's about. So I think it's important to start early.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we did officially start in 8th grade.
Excellent. And so part of the reason I was asking about the phone calls, which I'll go into more, I'm going to share my screen, show you your video in a minute, is to your point, you've already started and when you began. This is one of our students talking to Middlebury in 8th grade, and they're playing. There's a boy in their case, and they played at MLS Next or your equivalent on their side. And this is a girl in 7th grade who's already talking to the Division 3 schools. So you guys get it. You understand the importance. Now, one of the reasons I bring that up is because when I am working with students and I'm trying to figure out, when should we start, it kind of depends on their goals and their level. I don't know if you've seen her before, but she kind of talked. Yeah, you have. So she was committed at the end of her freshman year to a Division 1 school. Now, that's illegal, verbal. There's a bunch of nonsense around that. But what I want to say, the reason I'm asking about Division 3 is the Division 1 schools will not make you offers or pay as much attention from you if you don't have interest from Division 3s. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you guys saw this already, but given kind of we're starting now, one of the things that I learned the hard way was I played college soccer. I'm not a girl, obviously, but upon playing college soccer, afterwards I went and played pro, and I made $900 a month and lived in a closet, and I loved it. But, I learned that, thank goodness, my mother told me to get my master's degree. So then I went back to school so I could do that. So I guess I want to ask both of you. You do have phenomenal grades, so I think I know the answer. But would you guys agree with me that academics come first as we do this recruiting process?
100%.
So given that, Mom, since you agree with that, why do you want to help her play soccer? We could just lock her in a closet.
Because she does have an older brother that plays baseball, who's a senior this year, and he's going to a JUCO in Oregon for baseball in a couple months.
Mhm.
So we've started this. I know it's a fantastic path. They both have been playing their sports for years. Again, as her parent, yes. Oh, I thought you were raising your hand.
No, sorry. You go ahead.
I know the importance of getting a college education, and of course, she wants to go as far as she can in the soccer world. I'm like, well, what do you want to do? She's like, maybe I want to coach. Maybe I want to do this, even after college, So again, as her mom, dad is traveling. Dad travels a lot for work. That's why it's you and I on the call today.
Mhm.
I just want to help her as she's still my little freshman. I'm going to help her as best as I can.
Okay, excellent. I love hearing that. Now, if I said to your daughter, why do you want to play college soccer? Why are you so passionate about this? Why do you want to play college soccer? It's a lot of work for your mom and I. Why do you want to put us through all this?
I've just been playing since I was 3. It's just like, it's my sport. It's what I do. Like, I love playing it. So it brings me joy.
Amazing. And the fact that you're already thinking like you want to stay in this world kind of afterwards presents a unique opportunity for the recruiting process, which we can talk about later. But the fact that you love soccer that much is exactly what college coaches want to hear. And they want to understand that, because knowing that you love it as much as you do, there's not that many girls sometimes like, I just want the money, or I just want to play soccer and then never play again. You clearly want it to be a huge part of your life. And college coaches love that, love knowing that. So what I'd like to do is kind of give you guys my diagnosis on your situation. Is that okay? So when I look at girls your age, I kind of describe 2 things I need to look at. One is your video, as you guys talked about, and 2 is what level are you? And so when I talk about your video, I'm going, what will a college coach think of if they see X video? That's number 1. Number 2 is, how good are they? Like, what level could you play? And I'm just one opinion, so you can have other opinions as well. But this is what I would tell you. To both of your points, your video is problematic. The reason it's problematic, which is not the end of the world by any means, but for some reason, all your videos are formatted incorrectly. Like, see how it's small for whatever reason. And I'm advanced with technology, so I can zoom in myself manually so I can see you clearer. But college coaches don't know how to do that. So
Okay.
the first thing is your video is not okay. All right. And your videos, I should say. Now, I'm not going to have you delete them, because the soccer part, which is really the part, I can fix your video in 10 minutes. I cannot make you a better soccer player in 10 minutes. That takes many years. So the good news is I believe personally, you are on track potentially to play Division 1. From what I've seen in the video, that is realistic. Where you are at in the process and the video format, and you don't have an intro page and a self-interview, that makes me nervous. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So having said that, one of the things that I want to tell you is I was told no, like many, many times. This is me playing JV soccer as a junior in high school, and despite me telling you right now, look, you're not going to play Division 1 with the current path you're on, I was told that a million times, and I played Division 1 and I played pro. So what's important is that we have a plan, and I kind of want to show you what I think you need to do. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing is the video. Now, the good news, like I said, is you are good at soccer. So the more we can show you off, the better off you will be. If let's say you are not as good, then I'd be like, let's wait a little bit till you improve, or you know what, you're not going to play Division One, and that's the deal. But your situation is different. You are good at soccer, but we need to make sure the coaches can see that. Now, the next thing is emailing, right? You just finished a showcase. You're going to have a few more in your life. You guys saw the email system that we have, I think, already. But one of the things that makes it particularly special is you would either be given a list that I'm going to give you, and we'll do it based off of majors and girls and everything else. And when we have a showcase, you can type in the school's name. You can press select. I'll just press select here. Click write email, and we can literally write the email from a follow-up after, a showcase if we want to, and we have a template. Now, templates are not perfect because these are just generic, but it allows us to respond pretty quickly as soon as we can do. Here's the showcase follow-up, et cetera, et cetera. So that way we can get started emailing quickly, many schools all at once. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because for your case in particular, if we work together, we're going to email every Division One school, and there's a lot of them. And we are going to only email about 70 Division threes, and they are only the top academic ones. And if you want to get a call on June 15th, which would basically ensure you're going to play college soccer at the Division One level, you need the Division three schools to be eating you alive between now and then.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the other thing, as we talked about academics, is yes, I want you to play at the highest level you can, Ava, because that's your dream, and that was mine too. But one of the things I learned the hard way was, have you ever had a teacher or coach you didn't love very much?
Yeah, probably.
Would you like that teacher or coach to be your teacher or coach for 4 years in a row?
No.
So one of the things is you can play, hopefully, Division One, but the most important thing, even ahead of academics, unless you decide to quit, which I'm trying to make you do today, is your coach. I really enjoyed my life. I was the captain and I had all my friends, and my coach was a great person, and he taught me like self-help books, and he just played a big role in my life, and he'll be coming to my wedding. My brother had a miserable experience. He played Division One, played 2 minutes, and it wasn't worth it. Like, we wish we had picked a better place. So with you, I think you can play at the highest level, but I really want you to love the coach, where they say, you're our girl. You're going to be scoring goals for us. You're going to be playing through balls for us. You're the girl we want to build our team around. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Okay. So have I managed to scare you away and make you want to quit? Too bad for mom. That would make things a little easier. Now, you guys have heard of NCSA, I think, before.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is more of a PSA because you guys already know this, but the biggest thing for me is you are a good soccer player with great grades. These are the types of schools NCSA commits girls to. No offense to them. You're not going to University of Gloucester, okay? That's not why we're kind of going through this process. So my big message is, whether it's scouting zone, sports recruits, productive recruit, college soccer guy, it doesn't matter. You must do the process. It must be your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube. And what's really important is the coaches do not, I'm just going to fast forward this really quickly. This is a couple families who had bought NCSA and they were complaining about it. But this guy talks about, he was at a camp and they talk about who they want to hear from. So that's kind of my main message, that we want to hear from you directly. So the next piece of this is, some people sometimes ask me like, well, let me pause. Actually, I was going to show you. I'll show you this in a minute. I want to ask your daughter, is this the type of help you even want? Do you want help with video, and do you want help with camps and emailing the schools?
Yeah, I would say videos and emails.
Okay. And for your mom, is this the kind of type of help you're looking for your daughter?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I am not technical. I own an insurance agency. So, helping her clip videos and the way we format it through CapCut or whatever we do, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, is this totally wrong? I have no idea.
Okay. Super
No,
helpful.
I mean,
Super
Yeah.
helpful. So look, I think you're a good soccer player, Ms. Ava, but my opinion matters because I'm going to help create lists for you and help you email, but I'm not the one picking you for your team. So I wish I could call coaches up and go, hey, coach, I think this player would be fantastic and their family's great and they're supportive, etc. But I'm not allowed. So this is luckily over time. I've been doing this. This is from a college coach, and he's just asking me, does this girl play for you? You know, she plays for this team in the ECNL. I love her every touch videos. I love her interview. This makes my life so much easier. So now the coaches are going, oh, you're doing what I'm asking you. This person, as it happens, was a senior when I was a freshman in college. He was our captain, and now he coaches at DePaul on the women's side. And he's already done with his 26s. So he's already on his 27s. So he's explaining to me, Zev, when are you going to send me some ballers? You would be one of those potential ballers. And I would then say to you, hey, he needs an attacking center mid. You're an attacking center mid, striker, winger-esque. Please send the following to them. But I can never directly connect you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. Now they'll ask us like, hey, this is a Final Four team. We need these positions. And I'll try and figure out. The other thing I'll tell you is sometimes a coach will say, I don't need that position, but I think you're better. So I will still have you email them regardless until they tell us no. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I think you guys already know, but I just want to make sure it's clear, is when I work with students, I am not a girls soccer player and I never played women's college soccer. So one of the things when I first started doing this was I was like, look, I'm going to do everything and I know everything. I was not cocky per se, but I thought I was pretty good. And then I started working with girls, and the feedback I would sometimes get was be like the coach would recognize them by their pre-wrap in their hair, or they'd be like, we remember she was wearing braids. Of course, that's not the types of things that I do on a daily basis. So I spoke to those girls and I said, look, I need a girl soccer player to work for me. So what I have since done is I've hired a team who have gone through this process as a player, and now they work full time for me. And now they help me through my system, help girls play soccer. So the analogy I want to give you is you've been to the dentist before, right?
Yeah.
And you have your doctor, dentist will come in, your orthodontist, and go, oh, you need braces and we're going to have to fix your teeth here. And then the dentist will come in and do all the things the doctor has told the dentist. That's me. I'm the doctor. So I'm going to be telling your dentist, hey, she needs to floss her teeth twice a day. In your case, send emails out, fix videos. I edit all your videos. And I also am going to these conferences. You guys have heard about the Division I rule roster cuts. So I have to figure out, and that's why I talk to these coaches and say, hey, how is this going to impact the recruiting process? And then I go on and tell your dentist, and then your dentist tells you. We find it to be faster this way. I meet with your dentist like 2 to 3 days. So if you message your dentist, we talk, and then we respond to you. So that's why sometimes it takes us like 24 to 48 hours to respond if it's like a big question, because we need to discuss with each other. Does that make sense?
Yep.
If it's simple, like, hey, the coach responded, they left their cell phone, we can respond to that stuff pretty quickly. So we want you to message us pretty much every week. We also want to make you better. One of the things I really liked in your video is that you are really good at driving forward, which college coaches will love to see. There's a clip I want to show you. Okay. So one of the things you've done really well is in this particular clip. I'm going to show you one more time. So here, obviously, it's a super run. A lot of girls, what we'll see is right now they pick their head up and they're looking to pass. And you did a really good job continuing to drive and drive and drive and drive and score, of course, extra points. But the college coaches, you're going to miss this at some point in your life, which is fine. What coaches want to see is, do you have the habits that when you do this 9 out of 10 times, what will the result be? So if you mess up once, it's fine, because they know over the course of 100, you're going to be proficient. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
part of our job is we're going to go through video. We're going to be watching your video anyways. May as well work on making you better. Now, this is a girl who we're working with now. I'll show you two. One that's graduated. She's also a freshman. She plays center back, so different position than you. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a list. So the first list will be a Division I list, and we're going to put them in tiers: realistic, less realistic type of thing. We are going to email everybody though. So now we're going to have a top list where we're really going to focus your attention. And so in her case, we have our top 15 to 20 schools, and same with Division III. We're not going to do Division II with you basically at all, unless you guys decide you want to, but your grades are too good and you're too good at soccer, in my opinion. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is then to say, every time we meet, there's like a to-do list. We have a to-do list, right? We need to go edit your videos, but you also might have a to-do list. Please submit a video that you played. We need to make that into Instagram, or we need to make it for Twitter. And then we record every meeting. And during these meetings, we talk about like what we need to do. And this is her coach talking about what we need to do on, April 1st. Does that make sense? Okay. And then mom, you can book us without your daughter if you so choose to, but more often than not, it will be with your daughter and you. But Ava, this is your life and your job. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if in the next 3 months you're not being genuinely recruited by a Division 3 school, now that means like phone calls, transcript requests, visits to showcases or games, Division 1 on paper should not respond to you. We do believe it will happen, but I'm not allowed to say that on a recorded line because it's illegal. But I do believe they will start to hint at you and they will say, wow, we can't talk to you, but we'd really like wink, wink, wink to see you. And they'll put it in bold or they'll put it in red. And that is, we know that as like terminology for nobody could prove it, but they're trying to talk to you. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
we've had a few of those.
I'm not surprised. There you go. So, in saying that, we want to make sure those are kind of organized. Now, scholarship is really important for a couple reasons. Obviously, everybody wants money and schools can be expensive, but this is the coach of Florida, who you guys probably certainly know about, and he kind of talks about where the money comes from. So the reason I bring it up is he's saying it to set expectation. He's going, look, I met the coach of Florida. I don't want you to think I'm going to get you a full ride. Now he's giving girls money. So there is money somewhere. But the reason money is important is because it can often be the reason we get into the school. So like this student played Division 3, got $300,000. And the reason is because they get in because of soccer and then they get merit scholarship. And then the coach can come back to you for Division 1 schools and say, you're going to get $50,000 academically. I'll give you $10,000 athletically. Now you're on a full ride. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And this is for another Division 3 school. And that's how my scholarship worked. Now, the reason this is so important is if a coach says to you guys, especially in your case, hey, we love you. We think you're the best. But you know what? If you get in, you can be on the team. That means they don't actually think you're the best. They're lying to you to some degree. Because if they really want you, they will help you get into the school. Bless you. No worries. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I do when I talk about this process is I love, obviously, hopefully you can feel that and why your mom watches my TikToks and whatnot. I love doing what I'm doing. And this is my week. This has been my week, I should say. So all these little ones are students who want to talk to us. And I cannot work with this many kids just because I'm not that big at this point. So, and also it's easier if we work with a smaller number. So I want to ask your daughter, why do you think you're the right fit to work with us?
Well, obviously, like the TikToks, it's really fun to watch, and I just look forward to like either seeing you at like playoffs. I mean, you were at playoffs last year, so it's just I guess I don't think it'll be a good fit, and I like your energy.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Now, the reason I asked this question is you are very complimentary to me, which I'm grateful for. College coaches are going to ask you the same question, and we want to coach you on how to do like an elevator pitch. And one of the things they're going to ask you is, how do I know? And so I'm going to pretend I'm the coach, and this is also true for me. Things are going to be tough. You're going to be told you're too early. You're going to be told you're too late. You're going to be told we love you by a Division 3 school or by a Division 1 school, and a Division 3 school is going to say you suck. It's not a fair system. So how do I know you're not going to quit when things get tough?
I mean, I think I'm a pretty resilient person. I don't really like quit, if that makes sense.
Do you have
And
an
I know this is what I
example
want.
where like maybe you went through something hard in school or life or soccer where you're like, hey, this is how I know I'm going to persevere?
I'd probably just say because especially club soccer, at least ECNL, like it's a hard environment and like mentally and physically. So I think I just know how to persevere and just like be like, hey, like I love the sport. Like this is what I want to do.
Perfect. And the reason we bring that up is to go in this process, playing at a higher level or being benched at some point and getting injured are really difficult. And if you can survive those, it's happened already. Has that happened
Sorry,
already?
it's echoing in the house.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I love your doorway or that window behind you. It's really
Hold on,
pretty.
yeah.
You're gonna put them outside.
No, you're good. Take your time. Which, while your mom's away for a minute, what is the next soccer thing for you on the horizon?
Do you mean like recruiting wise or just like?
Let's do anything wise. Like you have training obviously coming up, but do you have any games or showcases around the corner that I don't know about?
Okay, yeah. So I have Surf this weekend, San Diego Surf, which is always a good game. They won national championship last year for our age group.
Oh yeah.